Yo, Caskets Fab Shop up in the house. Here in Casket Customs, hanging out. So, basically this is a new video. I guess this would be the full version of part 2 of the Mustang bodywork phase. So, I had to push it aside a little bit because I had a bunch of stuff sitting out front that I needed to paint. Piling up stuff, piling. So I finally painted all the wheels that I had sitting up there. I had 12 wheels sitting there, 3 sets. Finally painted them all. 2 fender wells. I painted the inside of them. I need to paint the outside of them, but that's another day, because when I do the outside fender wells, I need to do those parts that have been sitting in this corner over here for Larry and Phil. It's hard for me to paint all the little parts because I have this car in here and I don't want to get overspray on it. And it's windy outside. That's another problem. I haven't been able to paint because it's been windy. Like, every time I get a day off, it's windy. And I can push the car out and paint in the garage. Where's the overspray go? Right out front to the car. I guess I could cover it, but it's not really going to help when you got the wind blowing. So with that being said, I woke up today and I was going to come in here. I came in here, I painted 2 wheels. It's windier than hell. I'm still wet sanding on the Mustang, but I had to take my my 39 to go get mufflers. So I've been waiting to do this car for a while. Dang, it is really bad out there. Yeah, this 39 is really cool. I've been waiting on it for a long time. So it's finally ready to go. The guy said that he'll have it done by 5. It is 1:16. It's the first time I ever got to drive it. I took it off my trailer and I drove it over in front of the shop and backed it in, and that was it. It's the most I've ever drove that car. But for now, it's at the muffler shop. I would have liked to do the mufflers, but I have so much crap going on. I don't have time, and I just want to drive the car. So with that being said, it's there, it's getting done, and I'll pick it up today. I need to get rolling on this Mustang, which is what I'm going to do right now. I am almost done with this car. Almost. I need to spot prime these pieces here on the fender. Those are the wheels I just painted. I painted them the other day, and when I painted them, for some reason they came out all dry, and I don't know why. So I think it was because it was too hot outside. So now I brought them inside and I sprayed them, and they seem to look a little bit better, but I'm just letting them dry right now. But anyways, we're almost done with this one. Then we can spot prime it. We got to sand this and the 2 outside portion of the doors, and that's it, guys. That's literally it for the Mustang. How come I always lose my stand? There it is. I see it. So that's where we're at. Hopefully you guys watch my Tech Tip Tuesday video. I did it because I get questions, you know, and I think sometimes when I'm working I just kind of zone out and I don't explain what I'm doing. So, you know, I'm going to keep putting those out if I get views on them, and if I get questions I'll keep putting them out. If not, no big deal. Let me slap you guys on this thing here, and we're going to do a little bit of sanding and a little bit of chopping it up. On top of that mess, my poor dog is dying, so I got to deal with that. I've had him a long time. He's a good dog, Labrador. He's sitting in the bathroom there, just laying on the floor. He's delirious. He just has that stare. You know, usually you try to feed him and he's like, wow. You know, I tried to give him some bologna with some aspirin a little while ago, and he just stares at it like he doesn't have much time left. I feel bad. You know, he's not suffering. He's just old. And it just like that, you know. I was always thinking, man, this dog, for his age, he's got a lot of energy and hyper. And then all of a sudden one day, he just laying around, real quiet, doesn't bark no more, which is weird. And then like, now he's like delusional. Let me finish getting this knocked out, and I'll get back to you guys here before I start getting this all prepped, cleaned up, basically, to paint the jambs and all the other crap. I don't know when I'm going to be able to spray out this freaking weather, but let me at least get everything ready to go. So I'll kick you on here in a few. What's up, Holmes? What's up, fellas? Back in the house. Casket's Fab Shop. So, it is windy outside. Really bad. And I cannot do anything with that Mustang because it is windy. So I can't prime, I can't paint, I can't do anything. I'm in a rock and a hard place. So, 34 went off to storage, and my 39 is home. Yeah, so we're in the garage playing with 39 and looking at 32 broken. Poor 32 needs some assistance. Pimp down, pimp in distress. This poor car just needs some help, and I will get to it soon. But I want to drive this. And the reason why I don't play with this one is because this one I can put my kid in. This one is loud and it stinks like gas, and my kid don't want to be in it. She's afraid of it because it's so loud. So she likes this one. So this one I'm going to finish it and get it running and driving. And it runs and drives. I've been putting it up and down the street, but it's been sitting a good while. Yeah, so I need to reroute some stuff. I can't even think. I just lost my dog. We were working in the shop, me and cousin Bobble, and my dog, my Labrador, my bird dog, I don't know, he just looked a little off. He's been kind of looking a little off the last few days, and today he was falling over. He has started bleeding heavy from his nose, and he just did not look good. So I took him to the doctor. $1,000 later, they tell me he's got tumors in his liver, and there's nothing we can do about it. So I had to put him down. So right in the middle of the day, as me and Baba were working, we took him to the vet, and they gave me the bad news. Cost me exactly $1,000, and I had to put him down. So I put him down, and I'll get him in a little urn here in a couple weeks. So yeah, it's kind of one of those days. And my little girl comes home, and she's crying, hurting, you know. She doesn't understand. She's only 4. She was around when I lost my dad, and she didn't understand, but now she understands, and she was crying, which makes it harder. You know, some people are very attached to their dogs. I really was attached to him a long time ago, but once you have kids, we didn't play with him as much. I didn't get to go bird hunting anymore, so I haven't really taken him in the last 4 years or so. Yeah, roughly 4 or 5 years. Good Friday, drinking some whiskey. Cheers to Kodiak. You were a damn good bird dog. I'm gonna miss you, bud. But life goes on, unfortunately. I've had to deal with a lot of death in my life, and yeah. So here we are. We're gonna work on a stupid carburetor. I might need about 16 of those. Shitty thing is I only got enough crown for like maybe 2 more. So anyway, if I'm a little off, guys, sorry. Here's what we're working with here. That line, the line on the top here that goes into the block from the water pump, kinked. This one's a straight shot. This one's kinked because of this, which is my fuel line. So I'm going to tweak this line here further back, shorten that hose up, either this one or that one, and move this back. So this will unkink, for one. Two, I keep shocking the living crap out of myself with this vacuum line here because it keeps touching this. Right there, zaps the living shit out of you. So I'm going to move this here underneath this, probably between this bracket right here, because it gives there's a little gap right there. Right between that bolt and that bracket, I'm going to run it right through there, straight through, and it basically will be right in the middle of all this, and it won't be affected. So I'm going to give that a shot. Number 3. Choke does not work worth a shit. This thing is stuck. I don't understand what's going on with it. I don't understand what all this crap is, but it's it runs like shit. It runs good for a minute and then it runs like shit, or then it'll run like shit and then run good. So we hooked up this choke here, but it doesn't work. It does not work at all, and I can't figure out what's wrong with it. So I'm gonna mess with that. But to top it all off, when I hit the gas, only one freaking jet is squirting right in there. I don't know if you can see that, but one little jet squirts, so the one on this end does not squirting. So I'm gonna take the whole damn thing apart and figure it out from there. And then I need to fix a few of these little issues I have here. Another issue I have, the throttle gets stuck a lot because it's rubbing on this. So we're going to reroute, we're going to make a new bracket for this, lower, and make it so this throttle's not rubbing on that part. That's one main thing that's driving me nuts. So another thing is, my fan belt is loose as shit. Oh, there's my light. Hold on. I don't know if it's charged. The fan belt's loose, and I don't know if you can tell, but that pulley don't line up with that pulley. This is sitting like that. So this alternator needs to be tweaked, and so I'm gonna have to tweak it and get it to line up right, and then tighten it. Obviously, look at this thing, looser than grandma's titties, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna have to freaking I guess, I don't know. I'm gonna have to fix it. I'm just kind of out of it. Then again, I need to degrease this frame and the steering box, and just kind of go over some stuff. This thing's all banged up. I need to kind of fix this a little bit. Yeah. So that's where we're at. Yeah, look at that throttle cable. How it's hitting this. This thing is just not cool. Right. I'll kick you guys on here in a bit. I got some work to get done. Cool? And I'm going to listen to some 40s music. Usually, if you listen to the same music, the era of the car, sometimes it just might like you. Sometimes, it might just light on fire and you can just sit here and watch the fucker burn. Catch you in a minute. Alright guys, here's a little update on the Fine Wine 39. So Daddy fixed the carburetor last night. It should squirt. I don't know. I gotta check that. We haven't got that far yet, but it had some dirt in the dang thing, so I cleaned the carb out really good. I fixed this linkage because apparently, I don't know why, but it was really, really loose. I think it was that bolt right there. I can't remember what they call that. throttle screw cam, I think it is. But that thing was freaking loose as hell. I didn't even notice it. So all this linkage is fixed. We moved this vacuum hose over so it doesn't shock the crap out of us anymore. I changed out the choke, and I changed the choke out from another carb I have for the wagon, which was a brand new carb, but I'm gonna put fuel injection on that motor anyway, so that carbon, there's a brand new carb. I could have just swapped the whole carb, but I didn't. And if this carb continues to give me problems, then I will. But for now, I swapped this over, which I need to unplug this right here, as I remember that needs to stay unplugged. I did find something interesting. So I also fixed this hose here. Needs to be cut and shortened. We'll do that. I lifted this up a little bit on the gas line so it's not pinching this. So with this, I need to reroute it better, cut that hose so it doesn't stay kinked. That piece there, let me go to the other side. It's been interesting, guys. So this car's been sitting a while, and we really never drove it. So here we go. I had to, this throttle cable was cut and spliced together, and that's why it was rubbing. This little piece here, I had to cut, I found this little piece here. I cut it, and then now it slides right through there, and it gives it a nice bend, and it works cherry. So with that, eventually I'm going to just buy a whole new wire. One clean solid wire. This hole here, I'm going to run a bolt through it to this bracket right there. I'm going to drill a hole in this bracket. That way this sits right there, and it's lower. This thing has a curve over it, and it doesn't bind. That's good to go. So everything there has been fixed that I needed to fix, but when I got to the alternator, look at that. That bracket sheared right off. So it was only held on by this upper bracket, and this thing was kind of canted, and it was wobbling, and this belt was all loose, and I was like, what the heck is wrong with this? As soon as I bolted it, I was like, what the hell? So I'm going to unbolt that bracket. We're going to V it. We're going to bevel it on both sides, and we're going to weld it back together. I'll take you along when I go do that mess. But other than that, we're ready to go. But back at it, guys. Other than that, the car's in really, really good shape. I really wish they would have painted the lower half of the firewall. They didn't. So I don't know. Whenever I get all my other cars going and I do a respray on this one, I am going to probably pull the engine and paint the engine a different color, and then I'll respray the firewall the same as the body. And that's about it. As far as I know, the horns don't work. I haven't had time to mess with them. I haven't even had time to wax the car. I kind of just buffed little spots yesterday just for shits and giggles, just to see where it was at. But I mean, the car's a runner. I put the pipes on it. Everything's good. So I wanted it for a cruiser. I know it wasn't perfect, and you know, I'm just a very bad perfectionist at stuff. So that's why I nitpick things. But I know anybody out there would be totally happy with this, and believe me, I am. I'm just glad that I finally got me an old bombita to cruise. You know, it sucks that my 40's been down for so long, but you know, I could have dropped all the money I had into my 40 instead of buying the 34, but I've been after that 34 a long time. And this car's been sitting a good while too, and the wagon's so far behind. 32 was always running and driving. That was my little cruiser. But now that I got a kid, guys, you know, if I could stick mufflers under that car and make it quiet, I would. but I can't. It sits too low. So on that hand, I ain't gonna be cruising out with the kiddo until she gets a little older. But check this little sucker out, man. Let's see here. I haven't started it since yesterday. Fired right up. Oops. Give me some gas in there. Cold start, bro. Not bad, doesn't smoke. This thing purrs, guys. The crazy thing about this car is I took it around the block, and as I was cruising it, I was going down the hill, and I thought it died out on me because it's so smooth. I was like, oh damn, dude, did I run out of gas? What happened? I got to the stop sign and I put my foot on the brake, and I went to go restart it, and the freaking starter grinded. I was like, what? That's still running. Didn't even know it was still on. This car just is smooth. It does shift really hard, not like transmission wise. You just have to be in a very low putt to make the gear go in smoothly to go to the next gear. It's just a 3 on the tree, I guess. That's why in the movies you hear them grinding gears all the time, because of that. I'm just not used to it. This is my second car I've had with 3 on the tree. The 40 was the first one. I drove it up and down the block like 3-4 times and then ripped the motor out and sold it. But I like this OG stuff, so I think I'm gonna keep it like that. Inside, it needs some basic shit. You know, it's got a flathead screw, a regular screw, a flathead screw, and I'm missing a whole shitload of them. So I am gonna put some of those in there. It looks like it's missing a piece right here somewhere. I don't know what that's all about, but we might have to fabricate one, or I don't know, figure something out. I don't know. This mirror here is straight up new, so we're gonna have to get rid of this mirror and put us a nice OG mirror on it, something a little better. It's got the peep mirrors on both sides. They work, but I don't really care for those. Yeah, I mean, check it out. I gotta hang my Bombardier plaque. It's just sitting in the back window right now. It's got the oh shit straps. All the windows open. Those little back windows, they open. But yeah, this thing purrs, bro. Such a cool car. The only thing is my gas gauge doesn't work. I don't know. I'm gonna have to mess with it. It's most likely a ground. So the weird thing is, sometimes when I turn the car off, the gas gauge goes back up. Then you turn the car on and it goes back down. I don't know. I don't even know how much gas is in this thing. I was driving around like a jackass and I don't even know how much gas I had in it. So all I know is the little fuel bowl was full in the front, the filter. So I was like, there's enough gas getting me around the block. Yeah, other than that, I mean, everything works, guys. This little, the blinkers work. Check it out. It's got the indicator on there, so you're not driving around like an old fogey over there with your blinker on, all old timer. I don't know what's missing right here. I can't remember what that one was. But it's got the headlights. Panel lights is this for the gauge cluster. Throttle, you know, you need a little bit more gas, like going up a hill, you gotta pull that throttle button. The lighter works. There's no radio in it. I don't know what that one was for. I can't remember. I have the book. I gotta look. But down here is the original choke, which I don't even know if this thing doesn't even work. But that little switch there is for the fog lights, which I kind of might just put it here to plug that hole, because that one you can't see, it's underneath. It's got the push start here. That glass is cracked and it's a bubbled glass. Well, I got another one right there. so I gotta replace that. Then you have your temperature control, and I'm not sure what that is. Here, down here, this level's for the little thing up front. Ashtray. I don't remember how I opened this last time without breaking it. There we go. It's got the ashtray. I have some parts that I was gonna put in the 40. I don't know. I might put those accessories in this car. Glove box is clean and it works. All the handles are decent. They're just old, but I like them like that. I'm gonna leave it. It's nostalgic. It's got a story. That heater core don't work. Well, it might work, but my buddy said a long time ago he didn't plug it in because he didn't even want to chance it. So I don't even know, but these cars, you're gonna be just warm enough in them, believe me. And you're gonna need to roll all the windows down in this sucker. It doesn't even have a radio. The OG radio is not in here, so you already know me. I'll most likely probably take this piece off and I'll fab something up here, and I might just put me a nice little in-dash TV like I'm gonna do to the 40. I don't know. But if not, I mean, who needs a radio? Ready, Harry? Mock? Yeah. Never mind. Nah, you know what? I have my little Bluetooth radio that I use in the shop, and that thing jams, so that's gonna get moved in here when we cruise. That's an update on the Chrysler, guys. Finally, after all these years, I finally just got it home, got it going, fixed all the little knickknacks, and we're off. We're done. We're on the drive now, for once. But cut my battery off just in case. Usually it doesn't drain on me, but I turn it off anyway. But anyways, that's that for now. Now we're gonna get cooking on this. I will update you guys here in a little bit when I start cleaning up shop and getting this thing ready to start laying some paint. I gotta get this thing back to my buddy. I've had it a little bit too long. I really haven't, but I've kind of been slacking, to be honest with you. It's not that I've been slacking, I've just taking my time with it. I haven't rushed it or really worked very hard to get to that point. I just kind of have just been cruising on this one. And then I've had some things come up, but we're getting really close, and it's gonna go back together really smooth. So I'll hit you guys up here shortly. Hope you guys have been watching my Tech Tip Tuesdays, even though I've been posting them on Wednesdays, because I forget to post them on Tuesdays, but I still film them on Tuesday. So I'll be back in a few. Peace.